Now let's start looking at some of the most common color cooking recipes. In this class we're going to look at how to best create a look for Victorian drama, one that is very popular in the UK. I don't think anybody makes better Victorian drama than UK does. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and create a new timeline, and then I'm going to call it VD as the name of the timeline. Now we're going to take a clip E002 and C002. There we go. So this is basically like we could imagine a scene from a Victorian drama. I'm going to go into color, open a second serial node, and I'm going to drop Colourlab onto it and start working on my look. So first we're going to go again, adjust the camera. Now, in terms of the contrast for this look, we actually don't want it to be very strong contrast, you know. So we have a situation, there is like a kind of death and bereavement in the shot. So I don't really want to push it too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for L contrast, maybe a little bit more flatter. So L2 or L3. So I think like L2 is probably better. But with the L2, I'm still too open. I need to a little bit adjust the exposure. So for that, the best thing to do is to use my gamma setting. So now I'm just going to reduce a little bit my gamma, and then, you know, just drive the exposure a little bit down. And then I'm going to go and lift my gain just a little bit. So I'm not really too crashed. But with that, I have just, you know, slowly introduced like a little bit more close look. With this, I have just closed my look down a little bit. And there we go. So first, as always, we work on a contrast. We have to be happy with the contrast. And I think this is very good because you can see, I can see a lot of detail in the shadow here. So the black cloth is giving me all of the detail. There is every single crease that is visible on her black dress. And that is important. It is important for us to be able to see into the blacks. Okay, great. Now, so let's see. So it's a negative or sad moment. So what we have to do is we have to go for a palette that is a minor. So one that I really like for these sad moments is E minor. So there we go. So this is my E minor palette. It does a really good job straight away. So what I need to do now is I need to work a little bit more on that palette. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my printer lights and I'm gonna cool it down by adding a little bit blue. So I'm gonna go and dial in some of the blue printer lights. Don't go too far, again, you know, just enough to cool down your shot. So see, now I have nicely just cooled down her skin. So this is very good. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more blue just in my highlight as well. So kind of just to cool down her skin. And then on a saturation front, we're going to desaturate a little bit. So just to basically cool down the shot a little bit like this as well. So there we go. This could be a very nice and very clean, like, you know, cool shot that you want to use sometimes in Victorian drama. The color is a little bit sucked out of the shot. The skin tone has remained natural, but what is very important is that we have maintained all of the detail in the shadow without introduction of any noise or any other artifacts.